Leave everybody.
Right.
Like the accusations are
Some
way
is
too
wild.
fast, and it's wow. Like it's like I'm like,
No, we discussed it.
You freeze.
In the ever-evolving world of Hollywood, where fame and fortune often come with a dark side, the spotlight has recently turned on the hidden aspects of the entertainment industry. There are whispers, rumors, and allegations about the inner workings of power, particularly in how those at the top manipulate the system to maintain control. And when it comes to powerful figures, some believe that what happens behind the scenes is far darker than anyone could imagine. This is not a new story, it's one that has been told for years, yet remains clouded in secrecy and fear. There is an unsettling idea that has surfaced in the wake of recent investigations, including the ongoing FBI probe into high-profile figures in the entertainment world. The accusations are chilling, and yet they are not entirely unexpected. While the identities of many are still being kept under wraps, there are others who have pointed to a much larger, deeply ingrained system of complicity. These are the kinds of stories that send shockwaves through the public, stories that shake us to our core. The idea that the world's most powerful figures in Hollywood and beyond might have been involved in the abuse and exploitation of children has made headlines recently. Many have been left in disbelief, struggling to comprehend the weight of these revelations. One such figure who has made headlines for speaking out about these issues is 50 Cent, the rapper and mogul who has never been shy about speaking his mind. Over the years, 50 Cent has become known for his no-holds-barred attitude toward exposing the truths behind the entertainment industry. Whether it's about the music business or the Hollywood elite, 50 Cent has consistently used his platform to shed light on the darker corners of the industry, often pointing out the hypocrisy and corruption that festers behind the curtain. Recently, he has started to expose a larger web of influence and power, where not only those who abuse their power, but also those who enable and protect them are brought to light. In a recent interview, 50 Cent spoke at length about the accusations involving prominent figures in the entertainment industry, including the growing investigations into figures like Diddy, who is currently under scrutiny by the FBI. The case has revealed disturbing details about the abuse of power, where figures in positions of authority have reportedly used their influence to exploit the vulnerable. One of the more shocking aspects of this ongoing investigation involves children, with allegations that some of Hollywood's most influential figures have been involved in the abuse of minors. As disturbing as it is to imagine, these kinds of stories have been circulating for years, and now, with the help of brave whistleblowers, they are finally seeing the light of day. 50 Cent is among those who believe that the public must start asking tougher questions about the power structures in Hollywood and the wider entertainment industry. In the same conversation, he pointed to the culture of silence and complicity that has allowed these abuses to continue for so long. He explained that sexual predators do not exist in isolation, but rather as part of a much larger network that has been entrenched in the system. This network includes not only the perpetrators themselves, but also those who look the other way, protect these individuals, or profit from their silence. It's not just in Hollywood, 50 Cent said. Wherever there is a hierarchy, wherever there are bosses and underlings, this kind of stuff can happen. It's everywhere. In any industry, anywhere there's a power structure, you'll find this kind of sexual politics. His words echo a truth that many in the entertainment world have known but are afraid to admit the darker side of power dynamics. But it's not just about the predators themselves. It's also about the system that allows them to thrive. There is an uncomfortable reality that many people in powerful positions actively work to conceal their actions, shielding their reputation and career while silencing those who might speak out. Hollywood, as glamorous and celebrated as it is, has long had a dark undercurrent of secrecy and corruption. Some of the most high-profile individuals in the industry have been able to operate above the law, shielded by their wealth, fame, and the vast networks of influence they control. These individuals, through carefully constructed personas and public relations strategies, have maintained their status while engaging in or enabling horrendous behavior behind closed doors. 50 Cent's comments about power and complicity are not just focused on the individuals involved in abusive behavior. He's also addressing the larger issue of a culture that protects them. He suggests that in many cases, there are people who know what's going on but are too afraid to speak out, fearing the repercussions it might have on their own careers. There's a culture of silence, he explained. There's a real fear of speaking up because people know that if they do, they'll be blacklisted. They'll be pushed out of the industry, shut out, or worse. This fear is something that many in Hollywood have felt, particularly women, but also men who have been targeted or witnessed these abuses. The lack of a safe space to report such behavior, combined with the immense pressure to remain in the good graces of powerful figures, has made it difficult for victims to come forward. Many have been forced to endure harassment and exploitation for years, too afraid to speak out because they fear their careers and their lives will be destroyed in the process. This systemic problem has persisted for decades, but with the increasing exposure of these issues, some have begun to question whether Hollywood is ready to confront its darkest truths. But the question remains, can the culture of complicity in Hollywood be broken? Can the system of silence and fear finally be dismantled? While the FBI's investigation into figures like Diddy is a step in the right direction, it's clear that this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more people, both in front of and behind the camera, who have been involved in perpetuating this culture of abuse and exploitation. It's not just the people in power who need to be held accountable, it's also the systems that have allowed these behaviors to continue for so long. 50 Cent's comments are not just a call for justice, they are a wake-up call to an entire industry that has turned a blind eye to these issues for far too long. He emphasizes that Hollywood's culture of complicity isn't unique to the entertainment industry. It's a pattern that exists in various industries and corporations around the world. The same dynamics that allow sexual predators to thrive in Hollywood are present in other places where power and control are concentrated in the hands of a few. It's not just about the famous names, 50 Cent pointed out. It's about the whole system. The people who know what's going on and say nothing. The people who see the abuse but turn their heads because they don't want to get involved. It's all part of the same problem. His message is clear. This is not just about punishing the predators, it's about changing the culture that enables them to operate with impunity. As the FBI investigation continues and more victims come forward with their stories, the public is beginning to realize the full scope of what has been happening behind closed doors in Hollywood. But for many, the revelations are just the beginning. There is still so much work to be done in terms of dismantling the systems of power that have allowed this abuse to continue, and it won't be easy. However, as more voices like 50 Cent speak out, as more survivors come forward, and as the truth continues to unravel, there is hope that the culture of silence in Hollywood will finally be broken. This isn't just about exposing the wrongdoers. It's about creating a safer, more accountable industry for future generations. The stories we are hearing today are the product of years of pain and suffering, but they are also a testament to the strength of those who refuse to remain silent. As the conversation around these issues grows louder, one thing is clear: change is coming. The culture of complicity in Hollywood may have thrived for decades, but the power of truth is undeniable. And as more people begin to speak out and demand justice, the foundations of this broken system will begin to crack. What happens next will determine whether Hollywood and the entertainment industry at large can finally begin to heal.